Hello, hello. This is Venus with no mess. And I would like to talk about the article that are being posted now about the trans sex offender that attempt to snatch a child from a playground. Sex offender avoid justice despite trying to abduct a child from a school playground. And this happened last year, April 24th. And it was this transgender, his name was Simon. Also, he go by Carmen. He was found to be mentally incompetent by the doctors after attempt to kidnap an 11-year-old student from an elementary school. And the name of the school was Black Forest Hill, and that school is located in Colorado. After reading this article and also listen to the news, it kind of a little upset me, because if the court system and the doctor decide that he was mental illness, he had mental illness, he had problems, and he no longer could be tried, and he escaped prosecution, why is they going to let him back out into society? This is really going to be bad for the whole neighborhood. Because the state said, however, Cameron had escaped prosecution due to a controversial law. They said, thanks to amendment Colorado law, the presiding judge had no choice but to dismiss the charge because the 33-year-old cannot be prosecuted or tried. Even the prosecution has some problem with it. And also, even the lawyer, the defense lawyer, that Carmen has some problem with that. This is what the prosecution said. Someone could ask that she be put into more longer term security faculty. But because of the criminal case had to be dismissed, that's not something that we have any control over anymore. What we would like to avoid this in this case is the revolving door through the criminal justice system. Carmen is currently staying at the treatment center for the district attorney office for Colorado 18 district for right now. But Cameron will soon be able to walk freely, repeat her action again. Even the DA brought something up, and I heard what the DA was saying, that with his history of mental illness, they were hoping that he would remain in an inpatient treatment center for the future. That's where I am saying the system dropped the ball. Because if he is too ill to be prosecuted, shouldn't he be too ill to be out here alone? Shouldn't he be in a facility seeking help and guidance? Even the DA office stated that Carmen will be released back into society. And they really think that would be a bad thing. It would not go well. Cameron's own attorney blasted the law after the case would drop. The attorney told the courts that we recognize there is a broken system in the state of Colorado. But she said that the 33-year-old had been in and out of prison for the last 12 years. It just really sucked. He had to do something so eye-catching for everybody to see he's not well and he's not okay to be out here on the street. Because they say he's a transgender, but I'm saying he. But it is really sad because he's too sick to be charged. Yet he's well enough to allow to run free. Why is the system is allowing this to happen? Why can we go here and prosecute a man for having sex with a woman that won't participate? And what I'm trying to say, you got Diddy and R. Kelly in jail for doing something that grown people love to do. And they want to do. And they was of age to do. Diddy can't get a bond. R. Kelly won't even be released from jail, fighting to get out. But you got somebody that's supposed to be mental illness, grabbing little kids off of the playground. And you're just going to let them back out? What is wrong with our system? They even caught him on camera numerous of times. Doing bad acts. And this last time they caught him on camera on the school playground. They say he charged toward the student playing in the school playground field, causing the children to run away. He grabbed one of the little kids, and the kid fought back, and he lost grip of the student after he had tripped. He was trying to carry the student off of the playground. So my question is, what's wrong with our system? Why do we have human beings allowing our babies to be hurt? If this transgender, he, she, or whatever you want to call, go out here and commit another act and unalive somebody's child, what's going to happen then? What would the system do then? I get so sick or tired of seeing RIP our young babies. See, this is something that can be avoided. If this man is woman or whatever, transgender or whatever it is, he, she, whatever, is too ill to be prosecuted, shouldn't he be too ill to be out here in society? He's too sick to be charged, yet he well enough to allow to run free. But you got did it in jail, behind no bars, because we had grown people want to have sex. They want to be freaking. They want to bring other people in, other grown folks into that room, and this man can't get a bond. But you gonna let this transgender back out here around our babies? What I'm gonna say, the people who let him go free should be held criminal liability for all of his crimes. This doesn't make any sense. This is one of the saddest things I have heard. All the thing I can say, the parents in that neighborhood, the state of Colorado, need to be really, really focused, checking everything. People need to take that turn doing a community watch on him. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if someone who doesn't mind going to jail starting to tell this man the minute he get out. Because this, he, she, should be in the facility, not out here roaming free. We talking about children being in danger. This is the time that parents need to unite and protest on the courthouse step and force their law to be changed. Because what are they going to do? What are you supposed to do? Wait till he perform another act? Wait till he grab another child? Guess what? He may grab one the next time and get away with it. And then we will be running around here doing rest in peace. Rest in peace. Our babies have to keep resting in peace. Our baby have to keep resting in peace. What I don't understand, they say he was a transgender. And they said that he was mentally ill. So if he were born one sex, how did he change over? That's the question that I have for Colorado, for the state of Colorado. If he were born one sex and he mental ill and he don't know what he doing, what do he know about transgender? That's what I like to know. You know, we living in some critical time. Mothers and fathers, grandmothers and grandfathers, and uncles and aunties, and cousins and family. We're living in some critical time. And we just gonna have to be really, really careful. Because this is what really bothered me. If he was born one sex, how did he was able to be a transgender? How was he was able to this bothered me. If he is that bad and do not know right from wrong, how was he able to make that decision to be a transgender? How was he able to make that decision to have his surgery? This have to stop. This have to stop. Please be careful out here with your babies, with our babies, with your babies, with all the babies. Because it's really bad out here. Colorado, you had dropped the ball. Because this he, she, transgender is not going to make it out here. This transgender is not going to make it out here. If this he, she, transgender have mental illness, and you telling the world that they're free to go and he would escape prosecution after he tried to kidnap a child from the school ground, oh, they're going to be waiting for him. And it's not going to be pretty. Because he's going to grab someone else's child. And it's going to be bad. So what we got to do is stay prayed up. Talk to your babies. Talk to your little ones. Make sure they stay focused. Make sure they stay alert. Until next time, peace out.